Obviously, big news. The President of the United States, for the first time that any president has ever done this, has called for a return of the 1967 borders, has called Israel an occupying force, the occupiers, occupied territories. Didn't say it once, didn't say it twice, said it three times, called for the borders to be 67, and then says the issue of Jerusalem is on the table. Well, what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. The president's going to call for an internationalized, divided Jerusalem where Israel gives up the old city. That's what he's talking about. Our phone lines are open for you. Your reaction to the president's plan, especially as Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, is in Washington, D.C. right now. Here's the number, 877-989-2255, to sign on to a very important petition that I'm going to be talking about. And that petition is very clear. It says to the President of the United States, no dividing Jerusalem. Do not call Israel an occupying force. Do not, under any circumstance, and I want to be very clear on this, do not demand a return to these 67 borders. And Mr. President, how can you expect the Israeli government to negotiate with Hamas, who's calling for their destruction? He says, well, that's a troubling and difficult issue. Troubling and difficult? It's impossible. Again, we want you to sign on to this very important petition that we're having our team take to Israel, to government leaders there, and to the White House. 877-989-2255. That's 1-877-989-2255. In the studio with me is David French. He's a senior counsel for the American Center for Law and Justice. En route, by the way, to Israel, Skip Ash, who was on the broadcast yesterday, has left. He's probably landing in the next couple of hours. David and Stuart Roth are going on Sunday. I am going to our offices in Washington to deal with the issues there. David, this is an incredible speech. We've made an analysis of it. It's unbelievable what the president has said here.
It really is. And, he waxes eloquent about this notion about Palestinian humiliation and occupation. Palestinian independence was destroyed by Arab armies in 1948, and Palestinian independence is threatened by Palestinians every time they fire rockets at Israeli civilians. That's the real issue here.
Which, by the way, the president barely mentions, but he calls Israel an occupying force, folks, 3 different times. Now, we've got information posted at aclj.org. We've got a commentary that David drafted. It's up as well. We've got information galore on the website. But call now, add your name, 877-989-2255. Back with more in a moment.